There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to ever, never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. All right, nothing town to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meet around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice can name a motor carriage. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. What do you mean, assess the damage? How would you do that? What are you even trying to do? The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself. Just a vague, and suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror, yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, because from here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now. belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing: Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice cinema. Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression, looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The Whirling in Rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, this fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time, still ongoing. Now is a good time to... Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a...
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool. I won't. First, I have to ask, are you okay, sir? You look like you're about to throw up. Can I bring you something?
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth, right in front of her, right here. It makes you put your hand on your stomach and swallow.
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Okay. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. I can see that. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
Yeah? It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers, they have names, and this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. There was the usual ruckus, loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped, and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also, that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Yes, it was very cool.
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic or really means it.
Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it. Glad to have been of assistance.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Ste Koari's Skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know...
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. No, it's not. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop. Say it.
Yes, well.
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What? I have no idea what that means. What is this, a joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind, 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
Witam, witam. Może mnie słychać, może nie. Witam, cześć, cześć.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
No tak, mało ludzi, mało. Ale miło, że jesteś.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Jak mija wieczór? Panie Daniel.
In time or space?
Ja wiedziałem. No tak, i ogólnie jeśli chodzi o streamowanie w serwisie YouTube, to małe jest prawdopodobieństwo, że ktoś się odkryje, ponieważ algorytmy YouTube'a są trochę skiepszczone do takiego momentu, że trudno kogokolwiek znaleźć po prostu. Ale miło, że wpadłeś na streamka. Nie wiem, czy przeglądałeś YouTube'a, czy jakieś tam projekty i gdzieś mnie znalazłeś po prostu. Z tego co wiem, to Twitch ma trochę kłopoty, ale Kick ma więcej współpracy, z tego co wiem. Dobrze mi mija. No to dobrze, cieszę się.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
A, ostatnio pisałeś do nas, tak? Wiem już. Przeglądałem twoje filmiki. No, z drugiej strony smutno, że tak nie mogę powiedzieć, że się powodzi, tylko ogólnie, że taką masz sytuację, nie? No ale no cóż, trzeba się uśmiechnąć, głowę do góry i dalej jakoś żyć, nie? Jak coś tam możesz przesyłać filmiki, tam bodajże przesłali tobie reflinka, nie? Tak, nawet jak chcesz się podać, to trzeba wstać, nie?
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full flavor cigarettes. Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
A powiedz, znaczy napisz mi jeszcze jedno, skąd znalazłeś ten projekt i do nas napisałeś? Z filmików, czy ktoś ci polecił? Bo tak jestem też troszkę ciekawy.
The contemporary period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what? No one knows.
Do mojego kolegi z YouTube'a. A możesz zdradzić nick tego kolegi?
Yes?
Luzik, spokojnie.
What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you?
Podam ci linka do kanału. Z tego co wiem, to tutaj linki bodajże są zablokowane. Z tego co wiem. Nawet mi się linki nie wyświetlają. Może spróbować linka wysłać. To sobie zobaczę, jak mi się wyświetli. A napisz mi jeszcze, czy streamujesz jakieś gierki albo coś, czy tylko nagrywasz?
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security
A, Fenrir.
in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a
Wiem, jaka to osoba, Fenrir. Grałem na z nim kiedyś.
been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Możesz go pozdrowić.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Mhm. Aha, czyli lubisz streamować po prostu. Luzik. Mamy cię tam w subskrypcjach, więc jak coś się będzie pokazywać, to chętnie wpadniemy. No pewnie, że można z kimś porozmawiać, jeżeli ktoś wpadnie, nie? Ale miło, że jesteś. Jak będziesz często streamować, to możliwe, że będziesz na głównej stronie w projekcie, jak to jest dotychczas. Po lewej stronie są streamerzy. Albo możliwe, że dostaniesz od nas koszulkę albo kubeczek. No, trochę tych platform streamerskich jest. A z tego co się obiło uszy, to na TikToka to trzeba chyba ileś tam mieć followersów, żeby streamować, nie? Jednocześnie jak coś. To musisz mieć naprawdę dobry internet.
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wellpines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Nie, giga na sekundę. A, światłowód. No ja niestety nie mam światłowodu, ale daję radę. Ale czekaj, bo ty masz jakieś filmiki na YouTubie, nie? No zobaczmy. Masz vlogi chyba z tego co widzę, już widziałem. A, tylko masz vlogi. Wiesz co, pasowałoby, żebyś przynajmniej jeden filmik do nas przesłał na projekt, żeby była pełna weryfikacja, nie? Dobrze by było. Możesz nawet jakiś swój vlog przesłać, obojętne. Tylko żeby był jeden filmik. Żeby było aktywne konto po prostu. Tylko tam możecie wyświetlić. Na TikToku nie wiem jak działa TikTok. Z tego co tak widziałem, to tam tylko wpadają na te live'y i tyle. Ludzie się tak przewijają po prostu.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
To tam jest... A, czyli już dodałeś ten filmik do nas na projekt, tak? Dobrze rozumiem? Aha, a potwierdź mi jeszcze, bo tam na twojego maila jak odpisywaliśmy, to powinieneś dostać reflinka. Otrzymałeś tak zwanego reflinka, czy nie? Tak, dobra, czy jest wszystko ok. A jak z twoimi streamami? Streamujesz często, rzadko?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
That's right.
Zależy, bo teraz sam mieszkam i szukam pracy. Aha, dobrze, dobrze. Jak będę na mieszkaniu, to chętnie wpadnę na streamka. Masz jakieś ulubione gry, czy po prostu grasz w co popadnie? No to życzę, żebyś znalazł pracę, bo z tego co wiem, no to ciężka jest o pracę. Co popadnie, zadam linka do filmiku. Moderze tutaj na czacie jest zablokowane linki z tego co widzę.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
No dla niepełnosprawnych ciężko, powiem ci. No, troszkę przerąbane, kurczę. Życzę ci, żebyś znalazł po prostu pracę. Znaczy o co chodzi z tym materiałem, żebyś przesłał? Nie chodzi mi, żebyś przesłał na adres e-mail, tylko po prostu na stronę projektu, jak się zalogujesz, a z tego co wiem, to masz konto, to po prostu jak się zalogujesz, to po lewej stronie masz takie coś jak dodaj materiał bodajże będzie. I tam masz zakładkę, co ci wyjaśni, jak dodać materiał i obojętnie jaki materiał dodasz, musi być przynajmniej jeden filmik, żebyśmy cię mogli zweryfikować, że jesteś użytkownikiem projektu, wiesz? Jak nie będziesz wiedział, jak przesłać dany materiał, to po prostu wyślij do nas e-mail, a dostaniesz instrukcję, jak dodać po prostu filmik, materiał. Voilà.
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Ej, ale nie pisz, że no debil. Nie pisz tak o sobie. Po prostu no, nie zauważyłeś, nie? Ludzik.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Obojętnie jaki filmik. Tylko żeby pochodził z twojego kanału, wiesz? Bo ogólnie masz taką wstępną weryfikację po lewej stronie w kolumnie na dole. Ty tylko musisz przesłać obojętnie jakiś link, żebyśmy mogli potwierdzić, że to jesteś ty, nie? Bo ta weryfikacja na razie jest taka wstępna, a jakbyś nie dodał filmiku w ciągu chyba tam 30 dni, to po prostu usuwamy konto. Chociaż projekt jest dostępny dla każdego, ale też musimy się trzymać swoich reguł, nie? Luzik.
I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of reality.
The gesture resembles an orchestra conductor bringing the choir to a full stop. So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up.
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. I did. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Good. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over into the investigation.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge drinking.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, that's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolary state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
I can see you're disappointed. You are right to be. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents. I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular, garden variety ravacholière.
Problemik, mam wysłałem linka, a zapomniałem dać opisu u was, co mam zrobić teraz. No to nie musisz dać opisu. Opis nie jest wymagany. Jak bardzo chcesz uzupełnić opis, to możesz drugi raz ten sam wysłać z opisem i po prostu ja tam poinformuję osoby, żeby zaakceptowali ten filmik z opisem po prostu. To już od ciebie zależy. Aha, czyli bez opisu. Dobra, luzik. Tam weryfikacja będzie do 24 godzin. Powinna być.
A point of pride to him.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with. It's like you're locked down.
Jak coś to dałem tam. Ludzie odpowiedzialni za akceptację i przegląd filmików tam zrobią swoje.
A 2 hours later, 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 2
Jak strona działa? Po prostu przesyłasz filmiki, my je też oglądamy. Dostajesz tak zwaną darmową subskrypcję, komentarze, wyświetlenia i przesyłamy ten filmik dalej. I twój filmik, jak ktoś go będzie oglądał u nas w projekcie, bo te filmiki są wysyłane do naszych sponsorów i partnerów, to jak ktoś to będzie oglądał i będą nabijane wyświetlenia, to zbieramy pieniążki na cele charytatywne po prostu. Czyli udzielasz się charytatywnie też. Za co dziękujemy. Ogólnie strona ma taki zamysł, żeby przesyłać filmiki, my je wysyłamy dalej do naszych sponsorów i partnerów i za to mamy po prostu pieniążki na cele charytatywne. Po prostu wspieramy innych twórców. Czyli Fenrir, jak tobie polecał stronę, nie? No to nic nie mówi o projekcie? Czy wystartuje stream, to automatycznie wyświetla się na stronie? Teoretycznie tak. Teoretycznie to znaczy na profilowym się wyświetla. A na stronie głównej to po akceptacji i po naszej zgodzie, aż zgoda, jeśli chodzi o zgodę, to zgoda polega na tym, że po prostu obserwujemy aktywność twojego kanału, po prostu obserwujemy twój kanał, jak sobie radzi i jak zauważymy, że często streamujesz, to po prostu cię wpisujemy na stronę główną, po prostu, jak innych. Fenrir też był na stronie głównej, tylko ostatnio coś nie streamował i tam go usunęli z tego co widzę. Ale też widzę, że Fenrir streamuje, więc jest szansa na to, że się tam wpisze dalej w streamerów. No i oczywiście ten reflink jak otrzymałeś, no to możesz też nam pomóc i po prostu wystawiać swój reflink, nie? Bo reflink ma to do siebie, że też jak w niego nawet ty sam klikniesz, to przekierowywuje na dany materiał. Oczywiście ten materiał jest losowy i też wspierasz nas i innych twórców. Aha, bo jesteś u niego moderatorem. Aha, okej. Wiem, że stracił, ale teraz ma kolejny kanał.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Good. Let's change the subject.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Aha. Z tego co wiem, to Fenrir się chyba przeprowadzał, nie? No w sumie to tak bywa, że no praca też, no... Ja też luz, spoko. Nie patrzę na ortografię. Aż tak mnie nie kuje, nie? No, ogólnie ja też pracuję. Nie tylko się opiekuję projektem, ale też mam normalną pracę. No też troszkę trudno jest siąść, streamować, tutaj coś ponagrywać, nie? Jeszcze też mam swoje życie, nie? Ale też trzymam kciuki za Fenrila. Spoko, koleś. Ogólnie wszyscy, co trafiają do projektu, są spoko. Ziomeczkami.
He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
A wiem, że Fenrila, dziewczyna robi streama. Też jest, nie że u nas w projekcie, ale mamy ją w subskrypcji, więc od czasu do czasu też patrzymy, co tam robi. Czy jakby na to nie patrząc, uzupełniają się, nie? Jak Fenrir nie daje rady streamować, to streamuje ona, nie?
Focus on other people's troubles, not your...
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
Znasz takiego youtubera jak Buddha? Obiło się o uszy. Niby, że tam ma jakieś problemy, ale jakoś tak mnie zbytnio nie interesuje kto, co, jak, po co, na co. No ale jak kojarzę gościa.
Of course. What can I help you with?
O co chodzi z tym całym i jebać policję? Dobry tekst.
Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Salts? Ammonium salts? Perhaps useful for later.
Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. Okay. Since the street sign's messed up? Okay. What do you need? No problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
And a gatherer, feel like a traveler.
No i ogólnie gram w różne giereczki. Jestem zwolennikiem Prince of Persia i całej trylogii. Po prostu to jest moja ulubiona gra. Mógłbym ją przechodzić cały czas w kółko. Powiem tak, jeżeli gra ma dobrą fabułę, no to można siedzieć i grać, nie? A ja lubię gry z fabułą i lubię eksplorować w grach po prostu.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight, no explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes and mazout.
Nieraz mam ciężkie wymagania do gier. Też grałem w Wiedźmina trójkę, przeszedłem go, ale chciałem zrobić go na 100% i dalej go przechodzę czasem. A, 10 minut ci się znudziło. No to zależy też jakie gry po prostu lubisz, nie? Nie każda gra jest dla każdego, nie? Ja na przykład lubię takie gry z góry, takie 2D z rzutu izometrycznego z góry po prostu.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Battlefielda 4. Ja chyba grałem w jednego Battlefielda. Ja nie pamiętam jaka to część, ale nie przechodziłem wszystkich Battlefieldów. I tu na streamku. Jak dodam radę wbić, to zaglądam na streamka.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers, camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Dziękuję, dziękuję. Miłego wieczorku życzę. Dziękuję również, że wpadłeś i porozmawialiśmy chociaż chwileczkę. Ja też w sumie będę kończył za jakieś 10 minutek. Trzeba się do pracy też szykować. wyspać się. Jeszcze raz dzięki, że wpadłeś.
Ask for his conclusion.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't be a stranger.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are...
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
The handles are long and sleek. You can do good work with these. The pry useful for opening all sorts of doors, and its rope lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Just a second, officer.
Ten 2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir. Ten-9, over. Ten-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over. You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Wittmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He's asking you to stop, says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Dietmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. Over. "10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
"10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over."
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
It's a single-shot kill A9, an armistice to be precise.
Says it's a kill 9mm armistice.
Armistice? What, is he a fucking... Clearly he doesn't have his Villiers anymore.
Dear God, he lost his gun? Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself. But Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he still got his wiener. Oh, man.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over. That's a negative, not...
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerd.
Sure, vanilla waffles were the only thing.
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims you made about his mother. Over. He says he's sorry and didn't...
Okay.
Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing.
Satellite officer... 10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request.
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to...
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vigmar said... He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent.
Request denied, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. Okay, 10-4.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
What? What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over. Excuse me, sir. Over. No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that good on 10-4, well...
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCN.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time and be a god...
Sir, Satellite Officer Vic. So, was there anything else? Understood, sir. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 0005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his...
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
Yes, hello?
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business.
God, why can't you just mind your own business? She mutters.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. No, not me. Yeah, go on. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore. Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Right. It's better to not ask too many questions.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw... You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and... You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out? I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall," painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains. Very nice visuals there.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
You hear the call breaking up.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the wild north? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, Why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
I'm really sorry, friend. Fritz nearby. Get some Nosafed. Good stuff. Helps against heart attacks, too. You know, serious business.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Rights of people, rights of workers.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Maybe you should ask that. We have families to feed you.
So do we, Scott.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup.
Why not? I see numerous reasons not to pick a side in this local matter.
Pity.
Let us work!
Honest men and women. We came here to...
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy. When a bunch of ungrateful beats me, they mumble nonsense about...
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing in silence is the answer. There's something off. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off.
What's it to you? Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brute.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Right, two.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open, but try to get in through the secretary's office. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer, or whatever he is. Like civilized folk, you mean?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home.
No! They will give up eventually.